Hello everybody, this is AMS Kung Pao, back with another setup video for you guys, and this time it's for the fastest cornering streetcar in GT7. And why I say this, I've driven every fast cornering streetcar in GT7 so far, and this is the fastest cornering streetcar by a bit actually, and it's just incredible around the corners. You could argue that the Aventador SV with the e-brake strategy could corner a little bit faster than this car in certain corners, but without using that exploit, this is the fastest cornering street car. And since this car is an all-wheel drive, you can't really do that exploit much with this car. I decided not to do that exploit in any of my videos because yeah, I just don't like using the e-brake to make my car corner faster. But yeah, this car is just crazy. It only has 532 horsepower, which honestly is plenty. I mean, it only weighs 2,300 pounds, so and it is a Cayman. It's a sports car, not a supercar. And yeah, fully upgraded 532 horsepower I think is plenty. If you could give it like 800 horsepower, it probably would be the fastest rear-wheel drive street car in GT7, around Nordschleife at least, because the car just corners so fast. And if it had 800 horsepower, it probably would be able to go like 200 and like high 220s down the back straightaway of Nordschleife. But with the current power, it doesn't even go 200, but it's just still like insanely fast all around. And fully recommend anybody drive this car if they have GT7 and try this setup. This isn't the easiest setup to control, by the way. I did sacrifice some controllability for cornering speed, which I thought was necessary to get a really good time. So yeah, but it still isn't very hard to drive. It says a little bit tricky under trail braking sections, some of them, in particular like the really fast trail braking sections, but that's really it. But other than that, this car is actually pretty easy to drive. It has really good traction, also thanks to the horsepower, and also thanks to this setup as well, which actually improved the traction. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up and I'll show you the hot lap. After the hot lap, I'll show you the style that I was using. I'll show you how to get to it, and I'll show you the setup that I'm using. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the hot lap, and yeah, here it is. I see you on the other side. So now I'm going to show you the style that I'm using, and I'm going to show you how to get to it. First, obviously, you need to go to Showcase, and then Content Search, then make sure you have Cayman GT4 in there, and put in Hololive for the keyword, and the third one is the one I'm using. So this is the style that I'm using by Devil Silver RZ. I just had a brain fart for a second. My brain just took a massive crap. I'm just so tired today. I haven't had any sleep. But yeah. I just love the style. I did change a couple things about it, but yeah. If you want the style, well, that's how you get it. And let's show you. If you don't like the style, then I'll put in all the body modifications on the screen here that I have. So yeah, here they are. And now let's move on to the setup. So there isn't really much to say about the setup. All you need to do is just look at this and the settings and apply. If you do have any questions about the setup, then let me know in the comments. I will for sure answer all of your questions if you're curious about anything. Now let's move on to the transmission. It's easiest to apply your transmission from the bottom to the top. If you are having any difficulties applying the transmission, make sure to reset your transmission and then apply all the settings you see from the bottom to the top. In the brake balance, I'm at -5, and I don't have the titanium connecting rods and pistons, so this car isn't technically fully maxed out. But if I did have that, this car could probably get like a 559, maybe even a 58. But I don't have that, so yeah, I figured that most of you guys don't have that, the vast majority of people, so I thought I'd make a Cayman setup video anyway. So hope you enjoyed the review and this video so far, and now I will show you a couple replays, one in interior cam and the second with replay cams, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video.